I had a problem, like, when I would, like, go to her apartment, I would never poop there.
Oh, so not in general.
Just okay. Just good. Like, so. Yeah, no, not.
I was like,
no, dude, I'm constipated 24/7.
Daniel Deacon.
Trent McMillin. What's going on, dog?
How you doing, man?
Man, I'm chilling.
How was the drive?
It was all right. Not too bad. Better, you know, now I got my beer and shit.
You're a little crooked over here.
Oh, yeah.
Your mic up top. I like that shirt, Calvin Klein. I honestly just took a shower outside, and she, like, sprayed me off with a hose.
Oh, yeah?
And old Calvin Klein underwear. I didn't know I had any Calvin Klein, but I had some old stuff. They were all ripped, but I put them on. I was like, hey, these are, like, nice.
Mm-hmm.
I've always been like or whenever I did shop for stuff like that, it was like Hanes. I didn't go all out on underwear.
Oh, yeah. I do American Eagle underwear now.
American Eagle, yeah. You know,
But it's so fucking expensive, though.
It is.
But it's worth it.
Have you been to the mall recently?
Not the Denton Mall. Okay, actually, yes. The Denton Mall I did go to recently. Can't do it anymore.
Can't do it. Why?
Dude, it's so sad.
Yeah.
Like, once you go to, like, the Galleria or something like that.
Yeah.
It's, like, you go back to the Golden Triangle and you're like, bro, it's like mostly, like, grandmas, like, walking around in circles and stuff. And
or
like,
kids. Doing the hangout thing. It's like we're old enough now to where we see the kids doing the hangout thing. It's like, oh. So I went to Spencer's because they have a, there's a shot glass. See this? It was like a medicinal.
I was looking at that.
Like,
I was kind of wondering.
Yeah. So it's just a shot glass, but it says like prescribed liquor or whatever.
Yeah.
So they have one for weed and blah, blah, blah. But they have a water bottle, and it's for water. And I think it's because it helps me drink water, you know? It's like H2O. You can't drink too much of it, blah, blah, blah. But they're so made of such bad plastic that they break all the time.
Oh, okay.
So I have to go back and keep getting them. And so I went in there. I'm looking around Spencer's, you know. It's like whatever time. I'm not even thinking about the time. I'm just trying to kill some time.
Mm.
How many times can I say time? Time.
Every time you say time, I'm going to
take a shot. Yeah. Take a shot every time I say time. God, I got to stop. Okay. So I'm looking around, you know, kind of looking at the rings, you know, looking at shirts on the wall. Taking my time. Jesus Christ.
Time.
Shirts, clearance rack, all that stuff. So they start to look at me weird, and they start to, like, kind of walk away, and I go up to ask them a question, like, hey, do you think this ring looks good? Do you think, you know? And she's like, yeah, thanks, yeah. Just real short and snippy. And I'm like, what? I don't know what I did to them, you know?
Yeah.
So then they disappear for like 10 minutes. I'm looking around like, okay, it's just me in the store. So I don't feel any rush. But then I turn around and they're like this. And I'm like, so I'm starting to get a little creeped out. So I check out. I'm like, yeah, you know, I just needed to kill some time. And so I came in here, and she's like, yep, thanks. Yep. Come back again. Okay. So then the other one was stationed at the door. And she was like, thanks for coming in. Yep. See you next time. I'm like, at this point, I'm like, what the fuck?
That's weird.
Yeah. So I walk out, and I look down the mall.
Mm-hmm. Every
business is closed. And it's like 9:20.
Oh, dude, you're like the last one in there.
So I kept them open 20 minutes. And then, God bless their soul, like, honestly, because I would have been way worse of a person if it was me. Like, I would have been like, hey, you know we closed like 20 minutes ago? Mm-hmm. And with the mall, they closed like 15 minutes before that, you know? Because, like, nobody's there.
But they could have said something to you, like, when you, like, first got in instead of, like, you know, just like, you know.
Yeah,
like,
but they let it fester.
Oh, man.
And I realized, and I turn around, and before I could even say I'm sorry, she just right, and I'm like, oh, fuck.
Damn, dude. Damn.
But yeah, so yeah, that was my latest experience at the Denton. What's it? Golden Triangle Mall.
Yeah, Golden Triangle.
But anyway, so cracking open a beer.
Oh yeah.
I haven't seen you in a couple of years. How have you been, dude?
I've been all right. Well. So right now I'm going through a breakup.
Okay.
So I was with her for almost 3 years. But she moved in after only 6 months of us being together.
Okay.
So it was kind of weird, but like, so we were supposed to go on a cruise this week actually. Oh. So that's what I was supposed to be doing, but we're gonna like go with her family and everything. Well, I get home one day and she had like taken all of her shit. She had like moved out. So I was like, okay, well, I guess we're done.
Yeah.
But she told me, so
kind of a big statement.
Yeah. Yeah. And a couple months ago, I had bought us both a 65-inch TV, right? Okay. So she tells me, since I paid for the whole cruise, she was like, well, you can keep the TV since you're not going on the cruise anymore. So I was like, oh, okay, cool. Well, when I get home, TV's fucking gone. Ooh. I was like, are you serious? I was like, okay. So I messaged her about it. Mm-hmm. And then, of course, it was a whole other thing. But yeah. I was like, wow, really?
Isn't it crazy? Like, it's like the straw that broke the camel's back. Like, there's that one thing, it's like, okay, this is, and then you open the door or whatever and you see the TV's gone. That was like, done, dude.
I was mad. I was so mad. But she left the PS5, though.
Okay.
She left the PS5, though.
She left the PS5. Hey, there's a win in there.
Yeah. But.
So, 3 years, that's a long time. And to move in at 6 months, I'm sure y'all were close.
Yeah, and I really thought, like, I know a lot of people say it's like, oh, I thought she was the one, but, like, I had even, like, talked to Larry and, like, Darian and them and was, like, getting, like, boy, like, the groomsmen ready and stuff. Told my brother,
planting the seed.
Yeah. Picked out a ring and everything, but, just didn't work out, so, but things happen for a reason, so.
Yeah, you can never really obviously predict what's going to happen or who's going to walk in your life. So I think, excuse me. Oh my God, dude, I haven't drank in Michelob. I forget, these don't taste that bad. They taste pretty good.
Yeah. A lot of people give me shit about it though. A lot of people give me
shit. Drinking Michelob?
Yeah. Because they're like, oh, you like to drink water. I'm like,
why are people like that? Are you like that with other things? Like, are you would you ever get a Samsung phone? Like, yeah.
See, okay, so I've had them before. Uh-huh. And I like them, but I feel like it's easier to have an iPhone almost. Yeah. Because, like, if you go somewhere and, like, you have an Android or whatever, trying to get that charger, people are like, what? And they look at you like you're freaking crazy.
That's how they get you, though.
Yeah.
So do you think Apple did that on purpose?
I think so. And I feel like also Apple puts out phones so much quicker than like Samsung does. So that way it can just, they just keep going and going. And I don't see them stopping. Yeah. Anytime soon.
I love iPhone. I've always been, I didn't get a phone for the longest time as a kid. So I would draw iPhone out and like hope and pray to Santa that I'd get an iPhone and blah, blah, blah. So it's never even been a thought to get a Samsung. And I don't know if I ever will. I just can't. I'm too deep into the ecosystem of Apple. But like certain things, like with Ford, Chevy, I'm Ford, like, It's like certain people are brand loyal.
Yeah. Well, okay. With Michelob, I'm pretty loyal with them. I do love me a Michelob.
So if they were lined up, you'd be like Michelob out of the whole line of light beer.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So it's your go-to.
Oh yeah, it's my go-to. Okay. I used to drink Shiner a lot, but then I got to a point where it was just like Shiner was like too heavy. Okay. And I would just always feel like super bloated after them. Yeah. And then, like, I think Shiner's got, like, more alcohol, too, in it than a Michelob. So I was, like, getting drunk faster. And they are, like, more, I don't know, it's just, like, a darker beer. And so it's a heavier taste. But these are just more, I can chill on these while I drink.
Throw them back?
Yeah.
I like, see, I'm a shot guy, and then I'm a maintain. I like to get there fast. I don't like to waste any time. Because then I drink like, I just feel heavy, just like you're saying. I get heavy after 6, however. But it doesn't take a lot. No. And people are like, oh, you're lightweight. Yeah. It takes 3 beers for me to have a great time. That's cheap.
Yeah, leave me alone, dude. Yeah. What? I used to get kind of annoyed when people would call me a lightweight. Yeah. Like when I wasn't very like confident in myself or whatever, and people be like, oh, you're lightweight. I'm like, no, the fuck I'm not. Yeah. But now, you know, people call me a lightweight. I'm like, so what, buddy? I'm saving money. Fuck you. Yeah. You know?
You realize it's more about just having memory, kicking it back.
Just chilling.
Chilling with than it is
you don't have to get fucked up every time you're drinking. I like to. Sometimes.
It's fun. Yeah, like, that's part of it. Like, there's levels, obviously.
Right.
Like, there's you get fucked up all the time. Then there's your etiquette. Do you ever kick back and sip some wine? Do you ever find yourself doing? Have you even thought about doing that?
I've done that, but if I'm doing that, usually I'm with the lady.
Okay.
I don't. It's not really something like I don't go out to like a restaurant and order wine though.
Okay.
Like if I go out to a restaurant and it's like a nice place, you know, I'm having like a steak dinner, then I'm not gonna get a beer. Well, I might, maybe like at the end, but normally I'll start with like an old fashioned. You know, I gotta be classy.
Yeah. What is your so like? You go out, you're with a lady. What is the meal that you order? What's your category you go to?
Steak. Every time. Okay. And sometimes I'll do steak and lobster.
Oh shit.
But that gets really expensive.
Yeah. And where are we going? Where are we at?
Okay, so I like to go...
Take me on a night with Daniel Deacon.
All right. So, have you ever been to Papados or something? Yeah, I think it's like Papados.
I have not.
Okay, so there's one in Arlington, I think it is.
But I'm about to be.
Fort Worth. Yeah.
Visually, right.
So, like, there's Papados and Papa's Bros. Papa's Bros is more like they're like really fancy steak dinner, you know, like it's an occasion. I mean, you know, you go there. Papados is more kind of a casual thing.
Okay.
But, okay. So... if I'm going to take you out, let's say I'm going out with a lady.
Yeah.
I'm going to go to Papados. I'm going to start off, I'm going to get an old fashioned.
Okay.
I'm going to get filet mignon.
Okay.
Maybe lobster. Maybe not. Depending on how hungry.
Appetizer.
Maybe. Okay, appetizer?
Yeah.
I'm not an appetizer guy.
No appy.
I'm not, no.
Okay.
I'm not an appetizer guy.
Yeah,
But I do like bread, though.
Agree. Okay, bread. There you go.
Bread's always a go-to.
Yeah.
Always. What's your appetizer?
Ooh, man. I like, you know, it depends. Like if we're stepping out,
okay.
Like there's going out, then there's stepping out.
I see.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
If we're stepping out, I would have to say, why are you laughing, bro? I'm not allowed to step out?
You know there's a difference. There's a difference between going out and then stepping out. If you're stepping out, you're showing out.
Yeah. Like there's a night where you don't shine the tires, and there's a night where you put on the tire shine. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Anyways, so
I got you.
Gosh, I don't even know. I'd probably say, you know, I like the dark bread with the oil.
Oh yeah.
You know, the little dippy. I'm on the same wavelength as you. Like I don't go too much with I don't go too hard with the appetizer because like. Don't want to spoil that meal, you know what I'm saying? Like I would we're gonna be there for a while. This isn't in and out, so I would want the food to tell a story. You know what I'm saying? We're trying to
see. It's kind of like that. That's kind of my problem. Is if I do have appetizers, like I just eat them. Like I eat too much of them.
Yeah.
So like when I go to like Olive Garden and I get the breadsticks and the salad, and the next thing I know, I'm just like going ham on breadsticks. And then I get my chicken Alfredo, and I can only eat half of it. I'm like, what the fuck?
And they're salty by design, so then you chug half your wine or your whatever, and then you get full.
Yep.
So to avoid that, to not even give the lady a chance.
Right.
To not even let that bitch ruin my night.
Oh, my God.
I go on many dates, as you can tell. I'm quite the ladies, man.
Oh, man.
Dude, this is... one Michelob Ultra, and I'm already this like.
You want another one, dog?
Yeah. Right. Yes, please. But yeah,
and I am gonna tear this up because I gotta save the turtles.
Yeah, you gotta save the turtles. Did you know that actually like we're gonna pause on the? Actually, we're gonna continue the story because that doesn't matter. Like 10% of plastic actually gets recycled. Most of it we ship it over to China. And
shit,
so fun fact, terrible fact, but
okay.
So yeah, if I'm depends on the place. I'm a salmon guy. I'm a steak guy.
Salmon's good.
If I'm feeling comfortable, I'll go salmon because then you got salmon breath. So you got to kind of like be comfortable with the lady.
Right.
That's not a good first, can't have fish breath.
Mm-hmm.
But not doing too much. I don't come out of the gate going, sky high.
Right.
Whenever you first meet somebody, would you like to meet someone naturally, or are you searching?
I like the more natural approach.
Okay.
Because, like, I don't know if it's just, like, I'm not one of those, like, I'm on Tinder and Hinge, but it's never really worked for me.
Yeah.
Like, when it comes to, like, the bio part and stuff like that, it doesn't work. Like, because how I met my ex, it was weird because we met at the jail that we were both working at, and it was during COVID. So, like, we all had our masks on and stuff, and it was funny because she came up to me first, and then she goes, "Can I see you without your mask on?"
Oh,
I was like, sure. So
that was a real thing.
Yeah.
Or mask fishing.
Yeah. So, like, I took it down, and then she just kind of looks at me, she goes, and then she walks off.
Oh, that's a fuck.
But, so,
stab in the heart.
Yeah, I was like, so for me, I'm a chaser.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, like, but I think she kind of knew that. I don't know. So I was like, all right, and then 2 years later, here we are.
Yeah. Well, that's a COVID love story, man. I wonder how many relationships didn't make it through COVID. How many relationships were started with COVID?
That was a hard time for relationships because you really got to see that other person, and like, not that you were stuck with them all the time, but you were almost stuck with them all the time. So it was like y'all really had to get to know each other. I had a problem pooping.
Oh, really?
Yeah, dude. I had a problem like when I would like go to her apartment. I would never poop there.
Oh, so not in general.
Just
okay.
Just
good.
like so. Yeah, no.
I was like,
no, dude, I'm constipated 24/7.
I was like, this is Trenton the Tramps. I'm not a physician. I don't know what you want me to do.
No, but like I had a problem pooping at her apartment because I was always just like worried about it, dude.
I totally understand.
And then like one day she finally just told me, she was like, "You just got to do it," and I was like, "Are you sure? Like, you sure?"
Yeah.
And she was like, "Yeah, go for it." So I did my thing.
You know what you're in for, buddy.
Yeah, I did my thing.
Yeah.
And the next thing I know, I hear, "Oh my God." I was like, I told you.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm sorry.
Don't ask for it.
Yeah.
I'm going to deliver.
For real.
That's funny. Yeah, that's a real, like, deal breaker for some people. Because, like, you could be going well and going, like, if I'm going somewhere for the night, I know where the nearest gas station is.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't do it there.
Yeah.
Can't. And so I know, like, okay, like, I got to say this. Oh, I got to go get a Monster. Oh, you want a coffee? I'll go, they think I'm being sweet.
Right.
I'm just unleashing demons at the nearest QT. You know what I'm saying? Racetrack is finding out. I don't know.
Oh, yeah. You're sinning up there.
Yeah.
You're sinning up there, bro.
just grotesque things. Oh, I'm glad you came down, dude. So you said the drive was all right?
Yeah. No problems.
Weather, is your AC working?
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
good.
my gosh.
That's good.
I actually just got working a couple weeks ago.
Okay, good.
That was a brutal first part of the summer for me.
Yeah?
And I just didn't realize, like, how easy it was to do. So, like, some people at work had told me, they were like, yeah, dude, just go to, like, O'Reilly's or whatever, get, like, a can of Freon, and you can just shoot it in there, and it's fine.
So mine, I thought that was, so mine's broke.
Oh, yours is broke, bro.
Has been broke.
Okay.
And I tried to do the Freon where you put it on and, and the actual line is cracked.
Oh.
So it's like, every time I even go to Walmart, it's mild heat exhaustion.
Well, maybe you could...
every time.
Maybe you could rig something up.
I could try. I mean, it's that hot to where I would try something. My dad got me a... it fits in your cup holder. It's a little fan with water spray.
Oh, yeah, I've seen
you
those.
would not believe... Like, I know I sound like I'm down so bad. And I am. But that I'm spraying myself with a water... Bzz, one of those, like, little ones.
Yeah.
And you'd be surprised how well it works. Just a little bit of water on your neck, because then you have all the windows down, obviously. Gets you so cold. So, it kind of makes up for it, but...
Have you seen those, like, little, like, portable, like... air conditioning things that people have?
I have not.
Like, so it looks like a pair of headphones. Have you seen them? Do you know what I'm talking about?
I think I know what you're talking about.
It looks like a pair of headphones, right? But people just like wearing on their necks, and it's like, I want to get one of those. I want to get one of those so bad.
How
but
much
like,
are they?
I don't know. I haven't really. Honestly, I say I want to get one, but I haven't even like looked into getting one yet.
I understand. Well, hey, if you say it enough, the phones are around. It'll start to pop
Oh yeah,
up.
I know. I was gonna say, like, as soon as I open my phone up again, I'm sure it'll be the first ad that pops up.
Isn't that weird?
I hate that.
I started saying sandbags, just sandbags. I started getting within like 2 days, scrolling on Instagram. What was it? Big O sandbag.
It's creepy. It's really creepy. But then sometimes I say it's creepy, and then sometimes it's good though. Because sometimes, like you say, like sometimes, like you really want something or need something, and then finally it pops up, and you're like, well, it's kind of creepy, but
or you
Amazon,
don't realize that you want something, or you need something, and then it suggests it, and you're like, I didn't even know I needed that.
Right.
Like there was this charger for your watch, about the Apple Watch charger. I didn't have a plug for the longest time, and I kept saying that. Oh, and I think it picked up because my watch wasn't recording any data, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So it was like, something's wrong here. Like, and it was popping up watch chargers that would just plug straight into my computer. Like, I didn't need a plug. And I was like, that is such a good idea. Yeah. And I was just about to spend $25, and then I found a cord that worked. But it's like, I was that close to being out almost $30 with shipping. It's like that fast. My $900 paycheck goes to zero.
Oh, yeah. Man.
Do you have a vice? What's your vice?
Oh.
McMillin? Is it these guys?
My vice is going to RT's right now. So that's like my neighborhood bar.
Okay.
And it's not that like I'm drinking more necessarily when I go there. I've been getting into cornhole lately up there.
Okay.
So.
And that's fun.
It's fun, but like at the same time, I don't want to be one of those like, I don't know. I don't want to be a cornhole dude. Oh. Like I don't, because like some people are like really into and especially like if you're gonna go to a bar to play cornhole, I don't want to hear about, oh man, I've been in tournaments. This isn't regulation linked and stuff like that. I'm like, dude, like I'm just here to have a few drinks and toss some bags. Like, come on, man. But yeah, that's kind of what I've been doing lately. That's where I've been hanging out.
Well, that sounds like fun.
You need to come up there with me on one of these nights, dude.
I would.
It's fun.
So down.
It's fun. It's my favorite bar.
Where's it at?
It's in Denton, off of Dallas Drive. It's kind of. It's like right before you take the exit to. It's like a little bit before Buc-ee's.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. Yeah. It's over there by the Buc-ee's area.
Oh, so Denton, not North Denton.
No.
Okay. Because I was like, I don't think I've heard of that up there, but there's some guys who just like to go all out. You know, like there's, by your school, Cosmo. Oh, so by the mall.
Yeah, by the mall.
Oh, good job. But there's like a couple people like at her job that take that job so serious. Like those four walls is their kingdom. You know what I mean?
Okay, yeah.
So I know what you mean. You don't want to be like the cornhole guy at the bar.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like that's his stage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like how like when like actors get like typecast as like one part, you know?
Yeah.
I don't want that to be my part.
Yeah.
When I show up, so.
Well, I mean, have you been in cornhole tournaments?
No.
Well, then you're good.
Yeah.
Fuck everybody else, dude. I actually have been, which is funny.
You have been?
Yeah.
Okay.
Out in by the lake at that lodge by the marina, they do cornhole tournaments.
Well, see, I thought about doing one because they were doing. I was like last weekend or something. They had one at Hooters, and I was gonna do that, but why didn't I go? I don't know. I had something come up.
Yeah.
Oh, this past Saturday, I went to see Post Malone.
Oh yeah, I saw that on your story.
That took me back to high school, dude.
Oh really?
Because it was spring break. I want to say
the music.
Yeah. It was spring break, and like I had VIP tickets. I went with it was awesome, dude.
Wow.
I went with my girlfriend at the time, Marilyn. I don't know if you remember Marilyn.
Marilyn.
But
I was about to say.
Oh yeah. Oh, you got Monroe over there. I got you. No, but yeah, man. It was funny because the first time I went out there, like, because it was in South Padre, had VIP tickets. We had a condo And
that sounds like so much fun.
Oh man, it was awesome. The beach was like a couple steps away from our condo, and then like we were like right up there on like right in front of the stage, and he came out. He was smoking a cigarette, tossed his like beer out.
Wow.
I got beer on me. I was like, oh, this is fucking amazing. And then after that, I was like, I'm never ever not gonna get a VIP ticket ever again to one of his concerts. That didn't happen.
Oh, it didn't.
I didn't realize. I was like, that's not financially reasonable.
Yeah.
Like,
how much was the
for
ticket?
me right now. So the ticket back then, I swear, like the VIP ticket was like $150.
So that's what I was gonna ask. Like,
and
how
now,
much was the VIP compared to GA now?
Now the GA is $100.
Okay, so he's leveled.
Yeah. So I was like, what the fuck? And I was like, oh damn, this is different.
Yeah.
But it was still fun. It was a great time.
What was the his most? Was it Beer Bong and Bentley's? His last out? What you said a couple years ago?
Yeah. I think that was the one he was doing.
But insane.
Oh, it was great.
I love Posty.
It was great.
Such a nice dude.
It was funny because there was somebody smoking weed like a little while like across from us or whatever, and there was like this mom, and she had like her like 3 kids with her, and she was like with I guess like another mom or maybe their aunt or something, and then like one of them was like, oh my god, like can you smell the weed? I'm like, it's a Post Malone concert. Yeah, like come on, what'd you expect? So, like, she was like, kids, come over here. Like, I was like, it's not like the motherfucker. Well, it's not like he's smoking crack or something. But I do understand, you know, like, you got kids and, you know.
Dude, you want to know something that pissed me off? Not to pivot hard, but.
No, I got you.
So, I work at the vape place to pay the rent to do this back here.
Right.
And so a guy came in with a young kid who looked like he hadn't showered in, you know, a week or two. And I can smell him from across the thing. And the dad's talking to me and just like dropping like hints like, oh yeah, I got him one and it went bad and, you know, blah, blah, blah. And I'm just sitting there like, and we do a try before you buy thing or whatever. And so he was like, I was like, yeah, usually I check the IDs first, and then we give them the tip, and they try whichever vape they want, blah, blah, blah. So just, like, kind of nonchalantly saying, like, hey, you got to be 21, like, the signs everywhere.
Right.
And he's subtly dropping, his last vape messed up, blah, blah, blah. So I'm just starting to get a little pissed. And even just telling you the story, I'm starting to get a little upset. Yeah. So we get to the register, and you know, I didn't think I'd get emotional talking about this. I completely didn't, but it's just like upsetting. And the dad pays for it, blah blah blah, you know, and we get to the door, and I was like, at what point am I the worker? You know what? Like I'm behind the thing, so it's like I have a place. So I was like, I'm not gonna say anything.
Right.
It's not my place. But he went to, like, he opened it and threw it in the trash. And he went to hand it to him. And I said, don't hand it to him in the store. No, don't do that. Don't hand it to him. Because there's a difference between underage kids coming in that are, you know, trying to pass off as 21 and they're 19.
Yeah.
20. This kid was 14 years old, you know. And with the hat on and kind of socially awkward, kind of butted in on conversation, just kind of like...
Right.
And he went to go hand it to him. And I'm like, don't do that. Just don't do it in the store. And he's like, oh, I wasn't, you know, immediately. And he was like, well, if I could take him into the bar and blah, blah, blah. I said, but legally... Exactly. I was like, but legally you shouldn't do it because it's wrong. And he was like, oh, I wasn't meaning that. Like, I completely coward like a bitch.
Oh my god.
Completely, you know, just bitched out. Like, I wasn't going to, like, and I saw him.
Yeah, it's like, dude, you think these don't work, bro?
Yeah.
What's going on?
Like, I'm 24, you know.
Yeah.
Say it, don't spray it. But like, the guy was 50 plus, you know, the kid's 13. So it's like, and you openly stated many times you bought it for him.
Right.
And he was like, oh, I wasn't going to do that. No, I wasn't. I wouldn't even think of doing that. I was like, shut up, you know. So it was at least, you know, for the walk back to the truck, he didn't hand it to him. Now, did he give it to him when they got in the truck? I don't know, but it's just like that kid
probably
doesn't have a chance.
Yeah.
You know, it's like I wasn't going to say anything, but for you to seriously open it, take a hit, cough your head off because you don't smoke nicotine. Right in front of me, like, you think I'm just going to be cool with that? Like, I know I sell these things, but it's to fund this. You know what I mean? Like, I don't do half of that stuff. Mm-hmm. So it's like, it just made me mad.
And you never know, like, there could be somebody from, like, TABC sitting outside or something. Yeah. And then it's not, they're not going to get on him. Yeah. Well, I mean, they might, but then you're fucked.
Yeah. Yeah. It was just like, the parent, it was like, I felt more bad for the kid. And I was just looking, like, you don't even have a chance. Yeah. If at 13, your parents buying you vapes, like, there's a difference between, you can say you're spoiled, your parents buy you things, right? But that's just irresponsible. I just don't agree with that. You don't buy your kid vapes. You don't buy your kid beer. Yeah, and obviously but you don't buy your 13-year-old kid a fucking.
I didn't have my first beer with my dad until I was like, excuse me.
You're good.
So I was 18. Yeah. No, yeah, I mean that's still underage, but when you're,
Yeah. It's different with, like, dads and boys. It's like, have a beer with the old man.
But a vape, though? My dad wouldn't. If I asked my dad right now to buy me a pack of cigarettes, he wouldn't.
No.
Or, even a vape or something, he wouldn't.
Or to go to the store and buy you one?
Yeah. Like, even though my dad knows I'm a man now, he'd still be like, nope, not doing it.
Yeah. Well, because you can do your own thing, you know what I mean? Right. Like, but just it just rubbed me the wrong way.
Oh, yeah.
And I felt like, it's not my place or my job, but there is places in time where you can contribute and maybe something changed. Maybe he didn't hand him the vape, Maybe that kid wasn't huffing on it last night, Maybe I did do something.
Right.
I don't know. I'll never know. But maybe there's that. I put that out, because it would have started eat me alive.
Right.
If I wouldn't have said anything, and for him to then hand the vape to the kid, and I see the kid hit it walking back to the truck. So, sorry for the rant.
Oh no, it's all good. It's all good.
Anyways, so you, what made you want to come on? Just wanted to.
Well, I mean, I haven't seen you in a while, and I feel bad. I'm sorry it took so long. Good. I'm sorry.
It was funny because once each one I post, another group of people get brave enough to like message me. Yeah. So like there was one with Rhett, and I had like a couple people hit me up. Zane, maybe 5. Kennedy, 10. Peyton. Just like, cause the Peyton, like it brought, cause I think like people want to come on. Yeah. But they're like, oh, what can they overthink it, you know? And it's like, just like I said, you just forget, we just sit here.
Honestly, yeah.
It's been 30 minutes.
Holy shit, really?
Pushing 30 minutes. Yeah, I know, right? So it's like, you just get into it. And so, yeah, I definitely, with each new one, people get brave. And,
when I saw Peyton come on, I was kind of like, I don't know what it was in my brain, but I was like, man. I was like, Peyton's on that. I was like, I better fucking be on
that. Yeah, see? And it's good because that helps. Because the end goal is to help people, but it helps me grow to help people. Mm-hmm. And I invite people on, old friends I haven't seen that I already know I enjoy talking to, and just catch back up. Mm-hmm. So it's like, why not? And, it's the Peyton one, the last podcast did well. And
that was a good one.
It's fighting.
That was long, but it was a good one.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Making it so long, I know it's like, but I'm really not doing it for people. I'm doing it for me. You know what I mean? Yeah. But it was. I don't know what I was saying. I was going down some path, some thought. But yeah, it's a blast. I enjoy it. I love having old friends on, like it's finding out what's going on with you. Like, how has life treated you since 2017?
Well, so I've been a correctional officer, and been arrested.
Okay.
So that was interesting.
I share one of those experiences.
So it was funny. So actually, I was a CO at the jail for 2 years, right? And I was like, okay, like I started like getting like kind of like, okay, I like law enforcement. Let me see, you know, what's gonna go on with it. So then I applied at another agency to be a police officer, you know, be out on the streets. Well, first time I didn't make it, so I applied again, and then they gave me the conditional job offer. So basically all I had to do was go take a drug test and get like a polygraph, and I was on with the agency. Well,
since you, sorry to...
No, go ahead.
Do you, in your process of becoming a good cop, do you feel like the process is up to par? Would there be things that you would implement yourself that you were like, I don't think this is enough, or maybe they went too far? Like, what's your experience with that?
I think the agency I went with, they were pretty fair in their process. Maybe. No, I think they were pretty fair. I think they did a pretty good job, because a lot of people think that like you have to like be like this super like kind of like perfect human being, or like kind of like a robot to be a cop. But really, like once you go through the process and stuff, it's really not like that. Okay. Like there was this one guy I actually worked with at the jail he'd been arrested like multiple times. Now, yeah, that was when he was a kid, and now he's, you know, an adult and stuff. He's older, so like, you know, there was some time in between.
Maturity.
Yeah. But no, I think they were pretty fair. But anyway, so back to my getting arrested. So I got the conditional job offer, right? So I went out with my boy one night, and I was like, all right, dude, like, let's celebrate my job offer. It's going to be amazing.
For the cop stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
For like my job offer to be a cop. And
I love this story already, by the way. Like, this is awesome.
So we go out, we run up a big tab at RT's, and I was like, all right, maybe, you know, it's time to go home. He was like, well, let's hit up this hookah lounge real quick. So I was like, okay. So we go to this hookah lounge, and they sold alcohol there. And then, like, I'm buying drinks for everybody, so I run up like a $300 tab there.
Oh shit.
Yeah. And then I passed out on one of the couches. Okay. Right. And then I found out, actually, it wasn't until like 2 or 3 days later, that it was my barber was the one that took me home. Okay. I put it in quotes, but I'll tell you why here in a sec. But anyway, so I get a ride home, because I already knew I was going to be drinking a lot, so I had like Ubered up to RT's, which was where we started. And then like after that, then I got taken to my house. Okay. My house is right here, right? My neighbor's house right here. Okay. Very close. Drops me off right here. Okay. So
oh no.
So I'm banging on the door, because my girlfriend was home my ex now, but my girlfriend at the time, she was home. Oh no. And so I'm banging on the door, no answer. So I'm thinking, I'm like, why the fuck isn't she answering the door? And I was like, all right, well, this is my house, I'll fix the door tomorrow. Fuck it, I need to go to sleep. Yeah. Fucking boom, dude.
Yeah, the drunk string.
I fucking just...
The door wasn't an object.
No.
You were getting in there.
So I got in, and I fell asleep. Yeah. Just like, bam. Next thing I know,
But it wasn't your house.
No, it wasn't my house. No, dude, it wasn't my house.
Oh my god, I was like, where is it going with this?
Yeah.
And then it hit me.
Yeah.
Oh
it wasn't my house.
God.
And I'm dead asleep, and I get woke up to like a couple of cops, and they're like, hey, can you step outside? And I'm confused. I'm like, what's going on?
Do you recognize them?
No, I didn't recognize them, because I worked at the county, and they were the city cops. Okay. So I go outside, and as soon as I step outside, they put me in handcuffs. Yeah. And I was like, man, what's going on? And they were like,
haven't pieced it together.
No, I haven't pieced it together yet. Okay. And they go, do you know where you're at? And I was like, yeah, I'm at home. Like, yeah, I was drinking tonight, but like, I got a ride home. I'm good. And they're like, you're not home, buddy. And I look, and I see my garage and my car. No. And I was like, that's my house right there. Like, well, obviously, I was like, right there. I was like, that's my house. And they were like, oh. And they were like, well, can we see your ID? And I was like, yeah. And then like they like looked at my ID. They're like, you fucked up, buddy. You fucked up.
Oh no.
But then they told me, they were like, well, the people, they don't want to press charges. So I was like, cool. I was like, I'm not going to jail.
Well, do you know your neighbors?
Well, my dad knows him more than I know him.
Okay.
So, but like I never really talked to him. So I'm like, okay, cool. And I guess like I was still kind of drunk at that point. So I start like walking home because I think that's the end of it. You know, like they're not pressing charges. But like one of the cops grabbed me. He's like, no. He was like, you're under arrest. And I was like, for what? He goes, public intox. And I was like, yeah. They got me.
They gotta hit you with something.
Yeah. And honestly, I got off easy.
Whoa. They gave you public intox?
Yeah.
For breaking and entering?
It's because at the time I was still beat the case. No.
I mean, hey, listen.
No, but like they could have hit me with a lot more. Yeah. But I feel like because those people didn't want to press charges, they knew that they were like, well, we still have to get him for something because I mean, if those people would have like the next day been like, hey, you know, and changed their minds. But I was only in there for like 6 hours, so like it wasn't like, you know, I didn't do time in the pen, you know.
But how was that like waking up? Like I'm sure like just processing all that kind of broke the processor. You know what I'm saying? Like how was that for your mental?
It was weird. It was really weird because for me, I was always the person seeing people in the jail, you know, and like I know that like not everybody who gets arrested is a bad person.
Yeah.
I feel like that's one of the reasons like I stayed in like working there for that 2 years was because I kind of like hung out around, you know, like that, you know who I hung around at. So it was easy for me because like I wasn't an asshole. I wasn't one of those guys that was just gonna push my authority on you like all the time and stuff. So I feel like that kind of made it easier for me while I was in there.
Yeah. Do you think it helped you kind of see both sides? So do you think it made you better at your job because you kind of you understood?
Well, I didn't have a job there after that.
Oh, that's what I was going to ask. Like, what happened with your offer?
So the next day, so as soon as I got to the jail that morning, I called my sergeant. Oh. And I tell him like, hey, I'm not gonna be able to come to work today. He was like, what's going on? And he was kind of already laughing. So I was like, what is he laughing? He already knew. Yeah. So,
obviously.
Yeah. And I was like, well, you know, I'm sitting in the city jail right now. And he was like, all right, Deacon. He was like,
honestly, that would have made me feel completely safe.
I was like, okay. But he didn't tell me I was fired. Oh, okay. He was like, you're on administrative leave right now because now there's got to be an investigation. So I was like, okay, well, I mean, that's at least some positive side, you know. I'm not getting fired right away. And they ended up letting me actually quit. Oh, okay. So they didn't fire.
So you didn't get that like on your record,
right? Yeah. Okay. So they told me I could like come back in a year and stuff. But now I've been working at where I'm working at now for over a year, but I'm making almost double. Yeah. So I'm kind of like making almost double. I don't have to worry about
dying.
Yeah, and like half the shit I saw up there because I saw some crazy shit up there.
Well, I was gonna ask, like, you know, being a cop, being African American. In the last 5 years, what is your, because a lot of people speak, I feel like there's a lot of people who speak for black people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, there's a lot of people that like to do that.
So I was saying, or I was going to ask, like, what's your, like, because you've been in it, like, in a very, with a lot of eyes, like, and being a cop, like, there was probably a lot of internal tugs the last couple of years. I was just like, how was that experience?
Yeah, the thing that was weird for me when it kind of just like it was like really in my face was the George Floyd thing when that was all coming up, because when that first happened, the inmates, like, it got, because most of them already don't like you because you know you're the one telling them what to do, when to go to bed, and you know, this is what you get to eat, and that's how it is. Yeah. So they already kind of don't like you, but after a while, you get like a rapport with them, and you can, you know how to talk to them. They kind of get a feel for you and stuff, and because I mean, at the end of the day, it's, you know, you're hanging out with them for 8 hours, but the difference is you get to go home at the end of the day. They don't get to go home. Yeah. So when the George Floyd thing happened, I could definitely feel like it was like a switch.
Oh, okay.
It was like, because they used to come up to me, talk to me, tell me how their day is going, stuff like that. Like, oh man, this food's shitty. And like, yeah, I know, I've eaten it. I've actually eaten the food up there at the jail because. Not because I really necessarily wanted to, but I was hungry up there, and if there was extra tray, I'd eat it. You know, man, this fucking is shitty. But I was like, but I can't leave right now and go get McDonald's. I can have it door dashed and shit. I'm not gonna say I haven't done that. Yeah. But yeah, it was almost like a switch like turned, and then it was like they stopped talking, and then like when the riots started happening, that got crazy. We actually. Activated our SORT team, so it's our special operations response team, because they had started at like the courthouse, and like then they had like moved like towards the jail, so like
in Denton,
so
wow, I remember hearing about this.
So we locked down the whole jail, and it was crazy. That was a really crazy time, man. That's wild.
Just like being in that moment, like. Did you feel, because obviously seeing it on the news, was it a surprise when it was in your backyard, like close to home? Yeah. What about the rest of the force? Like, what was the general response like?
You know, it was really, it's just like everything, you know. People are going to have their opinions on this side. People are going to have their opinions on that side. So you talk to one officer, and he's like, oh, man, this is bullshit, you know. And then you talk to another one that's like, well, they shouldn't have done it, or they should have done it this way. And so, but I was just kind of like, I really tried to, like, just kind of, like, stay out of it. Yeah. You know, because at the end of the day, I wasn't there. You weren't there, you know. I don't know what drugs he had taken. Maybe even that cop could have been on drugs. You know, like, so it's like, I don't know. Touchy subject, for sure.
And here's the thing. I didn't even think of that until you just said it. The cop could have been.
Because people forget that cops are people, too.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of officers that got arrested when, that I knew for... being on drugs, being drunk in public, for, you know, breaking someone's door and, you know, falling asleep, you know? Yeah. So it's like, I mean, there's, you know, it happens. Some people really do forget that.
So since you've been able to peek behind the curtain, has that kind of changed your, like, oh, shit. Like, oh, they're just as fucked up as we are. Like,
oh, yeah. 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 Because I had been to some parties that we had, and you know, I won't put any names up there or any specifics, but oh yeah, wow, you know. So
did you see that cop, that the female cop that got passed around by
the one that took the team?
Yeah,
she took the team down, bro.
the whole force of the force. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my gosh. Yep. But she got caught. She got outed.
Yeah.
And that happens a lot.
It does.
It does.
How much? I feel I don't want to put you on the spot. Yeah, you know what I mean. But like, how much corruption like does really happen? Because it's not zero.
Cut the camera.
Yeah.
No. No.
Let's say, you know, FBI is just tapped into the TRENT podcast. Could you imagine?
No.
Because like, obviously, it's not zero.
No, right? It's so definitely not zero.
There's something there.
There is something there for sure. But the problem is like, how are you gonna fix it when the people that are the problem are in law enforcement? You know,
because it's like in control.
Right? Exactly. It's like it's like asking a teacher to put herself in detention.
Ooh,
that's what it's like.
Wow.
That would be the best way I could describe it.
Wow. That's a good analogy.
You know what I'm saying?
That is a good analogy. Mm-hmm. Because she'd never do that.
You agree?
Yeah. Because she would never do that. It would take the school board.
Right. And it's like, it's got to go higher and higher.
And the school board doesn't want to fuck with the teacher.
Right. So because the teacher's representing the school board.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. It's about that time.
Oh, was that your to head out?
Yeah.
Damn, dude.
I know, dude. I want to keep going. I got to come back up here.
Yeah,
I got to come back up here.
Because we're just now getting into it.
Yeah, I know, dude. We're getting deep.
Well,
I love it.
Well, damn. Yeah, quick podcast.
Fuck yeah, man.
How, what's your socials? Anything plug? Any last
what
thoughts,
plug right now?
prayers?
My OnlyFans is... no, I'm just playing. No.
Hey, I was about to plug it.
No, I really don't have anything to plug like that. Not right now, anyway. I've been thinking about starting something, but I don't know yet. That's something we gotta talk about.
Okay.
But, yeah.
Well, I definitely appreciate you coming down. I appreciate the...
Dude, it was a blast, man. I had a fucking
chat. I appreciate the couple Michelobes.
Yeah, no doubt, dog.
What you got? Instagram.
Well,
we gotta fill that up.
I'll throw up my Instagram. Let me see. I don't even remember what it is right now.
If you're watching, please subscribe. Thank you so much. Go check out Peyton's podcast, Kennedy's, Zane's, everybody's. This is number 8, by the way.
Oh, okay. Number 8.
Do you have a...
Oh, my Instagram is Deacon_40. If you want to follow me.
And
if not, it's cool. Fuck you. Whatever.
Yeah. But again, yes, thank you.
Thank you, man. I appreciate you having me on.
No problem. Oh, no.
I don't want to knock over the mic.
We got to go better.
Yeah, there we go. That's better.
Your hands are so cold.
Oh, yeah.
But we got to do this again.
No doubt.
We will do it again. Thank you, everybody. Awesome.
Oh, man. That was good, dude. Yeah, that was good.